Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the July 1st meeting, our first meeting of the new school year, even though our school year just felt like it just ended. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, we're going to start this evening with the reorganizational meeting agenda. And we're starting with the oath of office that is going to be administered to the newly elected and re-elected Board of Education trustees for the term of July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2029. And that is Ina Choi and Susan Falcove. Congratulations to Ms. Falcove and Ms. Choi. Next, the oath of office is to be administered to the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Thomas Rogers.
I, Thomas Rogers, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of Superintendent of the Syosset Central School District according to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers. Next, we have the election of President and Vice President for the Board of Education for the 2026-2027 school year. Nominations will be accepted for President of the Board of Education for the 2026-2027 school year. Do I have any nominations? Dr. Park?
I'd like to nominate Lisa Kosia for the presidency.
Do I have a second? Ms. Abramson? Do I have any other nominations? Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your trust in me, and I look forward to the year ahead as being president. Nominations will be accepted now for the Vice President of the Board of Education for the 2026-2027 school year. Do I have a nomination? Mr. Rotolo?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Susan Falcove.
Do I have a second? Mr. Ginsburg? Do I have any other nominations for Vice President? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. The oath of office for the Board of Education President and Vice President will be given. So this year, we would like to introduce our new student BOE member, Miss Ella Dioria. Welcome. Ella, we look forward to working with you this year, and we hope that your experience on the board is all that you hope for it to be, but also more. And we're all here to help you, so if you need anything, you have a panel of teachers and mentors for you. So welcome. Sure. So for the appointment of Student Ex Officio Board of Education member for the 2026-2027 school year, can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. All in favor? Opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, welcome.
And I'll just add my congratulations to that of the board and offer myself as a resource to you as well. I too hope that you have a wonderful experience here, as you are not our inaugural student member, but you are only the second that we have ever had. So you're blazing a trail, and we look forward to your contributions.
So 5A, 5B, and 5C can be taken together. They are the appointment of the district clerk, records access officer, and records management officer. Can I get a motion? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 6A, 6B, and 6C can be taken together. They are the appointment of the district treasurer, district deputy treasurer, and central treasurer. Can I get a motion? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of the data protection officer. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Dr. Park. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of the district chief school physician, health-related services, and public access defibrillator program. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the appointment of the internal auditor. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of the claims auditor. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, followed by Dr. Ginsburg. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Did I make Mr. Ginsburg a doctor suddenly? I'm sorry, Dr. Ginsburg, Mr. Ginsburg.
It's an educational institution, you can do that.
I guess it's possible. Okay, the appointment of the independent auditor. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Mr. Rotolo. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, 12A and 12B can be taken together. They are the appointment of the purchasing agent and assistant purchasing agents. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the appointment of attendance and residency officer. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of asbestos LEA officer, health and safety officer, and chemical hygiene officer. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, followed by Ms. Choi. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of the 504 ADA and Medicaid compliance officer. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Mr. Rotolo. Are there any questions? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the appointment of Title IX coordinators. Can I get a motion? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 17A, 17B, and 17C can be taken together. They are the appointment of the payroll certification officers. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Okay, any opposed? Any abstentions? The appointment of school officer to direct the execution of budget transfers. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 19, the appointment of the transportation supervisor. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, followed by Dr. Park. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The authorization for board members, superintendent of schools, and designated staff to attend conferences and meetings. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 21 is the appointment of the faculty auditor, extra classroom activity accounts. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 22 is the authorization to waive fees for use of facilities. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. 23 is the designation of banks. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 24 is the designation of official newspapers. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 25 is the establishment of petty cash funds. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 26, the establishment of mileage reimbursement. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Any abstentions? 27, the authorization for grant applications. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 28, the authorization of signatories for the district. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Opposed? And any abstentions? 29 is the appointment of the school district attorney. Could I have a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Mr. Rotolo. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Any abstentions? 30 is the appointment of the school district bond counsel. Do I have a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, 31 is the appointment of fiscal advisors. Do I have a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 32 is the determination of school board meetings and public hearings. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Do I have any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Any abstentions? 33 is the appointment of the district architect. Could I have a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. So that concludes our reorganizational part of the meeting. We're moving on to our regular monthly meeting for July 1st. This evening, we have the district-wide school safety plan public hearing and presentation by Ms. Erin Goldwaith, who is our Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel Services, and Mr. Adam Karanishi, who is the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources.
Good evening. Thank you, Board of Education, for the opportunity to present on the district safety measures. As the Chief Emergency Officer, I'm responsible for coordinating our district and building level emergency response plans. Each year, the district reviews its safety plan and opens it up for public comment and feedback. The plan is designed to protect students and families and staff by addressing emergency prevention, response, and recovery. Our plan is updated to include new regulations and best practices for from the New York State Department of Education, as well as our partners in local law enforcement, Nassau County 2nd Precinct, and the Department of Homeland Security. A key component of our safety plan involves training staff in risk and threat assessment. Our wellness teams enhance our safety. We appreciate the board's continued support for our district's wellness staff, including over the last few years, increasing the number of psychologists, social workers, and counselors. My colleague, Ms. Goldthwait, leads our wellness team, and she will share more about its practices today. We have two types of plans. We have a district-wide safety plan as well as a building-level emergency response plan. The district-wide plan is public and facilitates the coordination and continuity among our schools, as well as the collaboration with our state, local, and county resources. The building-level plan is a confidential document. It's building-specific preparation and protection. It coordinates the processes of our building-level emergency response teams, which is comprised of our building principal, along with other members of the staff, school, nurse, teachers, and support personnel. And it addresses various responses to emergencies and hazards, including, as you can see listed there, the 5 responses. The two visuals here represent the methods used to approach school safety in our district. These principles are derived from guidance from the New York State Department of Education, as well as advice from experts from state and county levels. The district contracts with Covert Investigations, a security agency, who advise and lead our security team. We believe expertise should be shared and that planning should be collaborative and aligned at all levels for the common purpose of creating a safe learning environment for students. We put in place protective measures to avoid, deter, and stop threats and incidents, as well as mitigate against the impact of serious emergencies. We implement a response and recovery plan to stabilize an emergency should it occur, and assist those affected by an event, as well as restore the learning environment. Our district safety team is comprised of various members of our school community, listed here. Here's a snapshot of our district-wide emergency response team. The district emergency response team is comprised of 3 main components: prevention and training, mitigation and protection, and response and recovery. And I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Ms. Goldthwait.
Good evening. So when we focus on prevention specifically, we're analyzing the capabilities that are necessary by the district to make sure that we avoid, deter, and stop any imminent threat, to an incident. This includes ongoing assessment of the school community and addressing safety needs before, during, and after any incident occurs. We collaborate with our law enforcement officials to support our training of our security staff, as well as provide a series of annual trainings that are mandated by New York State. Walkthroughs are conducted regularly by our building administration and our local law enforcement. We continue to train our staff specifically in crisis prevention from the Crisis Prevention Institute by our 2 internal trainers, which were 2 of our school psychologists. This school-wide training program unpacks the latest research that's in place to help all educators build a more positive and supporting learning environment and prevent any disruptive behavior that might be occurring within it. We have no less than at least 12 trained staff members per building in the district. Many of our larger buildings have many more than that. These trainings begin over the summer and actually are starting this week. Additionally, with the support of the Board of Education, Dr. Rogers, Dr. Curry, we've developed a threat assessment team. The threat is an expression to intent to do harm or act out violently against someone or something. The team members on this threat assessment team went through 3 intensive days of training with Dr. Kostas Katsvakis, who is a clinical and forensic psychologist who's an expert in threat assessment and management. He has over 25 years of experience conducting behavioral threat assessments, forensic evaluations, as well as clinical assessment and treatment for juveniles and adult populations. Our mental health teams are also up to date on implementing risk assessments if there's cause to do so, as we continue to utilize our anonymous reporting system through Sandy Hook Promise. Our IT department, headed by Ms. Christine Payne, is diligent in its ongoing digital and online monitoring that occurs consistently, both during school hours and after school hours. We are also prepared for any hazards that may arise. This includes, and we do include trainings, especially when thinking about how to respond to and recover from any potential hazardous situation. We also regularly assess our buildings and the mitigation and protection process. We ensure that we're ready to respond to any potential emergency that might come forward. This includes running drills, utilizing highly trained security professionals, all of which are former law enforcement, and working through our protocols and our roles when securing a building during any type of emergency. For response and recovery, it is always the district's top priority to focus our efforts on responding and contacting and communicating any concerns with faculty and family as appropriate. When we are informed of a possible or potential threat, our building level emergency teams immediately jump into action and share information with appropriate parties. If there is a student concern, our mental health team will work diligently with that student and family to be able to meet their needs in that moment. If there is a threat, investigation does begin with appropriate parties being contacted and communicated with, and at times this may include law enforcement. Our leadership team recently took part in a safety training by the I Love You Guys Foundation, headed by Dr. Curry. The focus of this training is both on crisis response as well as post-crisis reunification. The standard response protocol that was presented to us will help us to continue to formulate our work, focusing on consistent, clear, shared language and actions among all students, staff, and our first responders. As appropriate, our mental health teams and administration are ready to respond and support members of the school and larger community if needed after event or a crisis event. We continuously try and keep informed of best practices and keep ourselves up to date on updated regulations. As mentioned previously, we do conduct and assess our preparedness through drills. There are 12 drills that have to take place each school year. 8 of those, including 2 lockdown drills, have to occur prior to December 1st. Additionally, New York State did propose amendments and regulations and changed the way that we formulate drills through a trauma-informed approach. Trauma can be defined as when you have an emotional response to a deeply distressing or disturbing experience, such as but not limited to a violent act, a natural disaster, abuse, neglect, or even a loss. Trauma-informed means having an understanding of what trauma is and how it might affect the physical and emotional well-being of not only students but staff in a building. Therefore, trauma-informed drills are really important because we have to ensure that we are avoiding any tactics and treating drills in a way that are being supportive and not using things like actors, simulations, or things that actually may create a trauma environment instead of creating and supporting a preparedness toward a need toward drills. We in Syosset have always implemented our drills in this manner. This was not a new change for us, but it's important to mention it because there were a few shifts within the regulation that we did adopt the past few years. Drills are continue to be conducted during the school day with students present, and they are done so in a trauma-informed practice, developmentally and age-appropriate manner. This does include notifications of those lockdown drills, which many of you probably have received to your emails from the building principals. Families received emails each time we are planning to do any form of a lockdown drill. Additionally, we do announce these drills within our buildings to our students and our staff. I'm going to pass it back to my colleague, Mr. Karanishi.
Thank you, Ms. Goldthwait. We believe it's important to emphasize our cardiac emergency readiness, also referred to as DESHA's law, which was a law passed this past year. School districts are required to have procedures to respond to sudden cardiac arrest. And here's what the district is doing as part of our process. We have 63 AED devices in the district. AEDs are routinely tested. Our batteries are managed and strategically placed in our school building. The state law requires that An AED is placed in a building so that it can be retrieved and activated within 3 minutes during an emergency. We've distributed and placed our devices to be retrieved and engaged within a 2-minute window. Each school building has a cardiac emergency response team. It's a pre-designated group of staff trained to respond immediately to anyone, students, staff, families, experiencing sudden cardiac arrest. Typically, on these teams, that includes a school nurse, the physical education teachers, and any AED CPR certified staff. However, in our district, we provide staff with multiple opportunities throughout each school year to earn an AED CPR certification through the American Heart Association, thereby increasing the number of AED trained adults in our schools. Our coaches and athletic trainers carry AEDs and medical kits to every practice and match. All faculty and staff receive annual first aid training, and we also collaborate with our local agencies to assess and improve our safety measures. The district has put in place many proactive safety measures. The district has spent over $15 million in safety enhancements between 2018 to present day, and that includes a $4.6 million from the 2025 Capital Bond Project. We include automatic classroom door locks in all of our buildings. All of our exterior doors remain locked at all times. We have a visitor management policy, which involves ensuring that all visitors have a pre-existing appointment. They enter through the main entrance. Any of our visitors have to wear a visible identification badge, and they have to be escorted through our buildings. We have an effective use of our security personnel. They're stationed at the entrance of our buildings as well as strategic locations. And all staff wear visible district-issued badges at all times. Our faculty and staff complete a series of trainings. They attest that they've read and have been trained on the district-wide and building-level emergency response plans. All faculty and staff complete annual compliance training, which are listed here. We have mandatory mental health training, workplace violence prevention in accordance with state law, and also all staff are required to review the district's code of conduct, character, conduct, and support, which applies to students as well as staff and community members. All staff also have to attest that they've read the district acceptable use policy and will abide by it. And our acceptable use policy refers to guidelines for the use of the district's digital network and technology. And additionally, the district's leadership team, as Ms. Goldthwait had mentioned, meets regularly and approximately 7 times per year on the topic of school and student safety. So here's our timeline for our district-wide safety plan. This evening, the board's going to vote to appoint the district-wide safety team. And then from July 2nd through August 2nd, the safety plan is available for review and public comment for 30 days. On August 24th, at the August Board of Education meeting, the board will be presented with the district safety plan for formal adoption. On August 25th, the approved district plan will be posted on the district website, and the plan will be submitted to the Department of Education as well as local law enforcement. All public comments can be sent to the district via email at security@syossetschools.org. And thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you for your thorough presentation. I'm going to open it up to see if any board members have any questions regarding the plan. No questions this evening. So thank you to the both of you.
Thanks.
Okay. So 6A and 6B can be taken together. They are the approval of minutes of the June 8th, 2026 and June 16th, 2026 board meetings. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Dr. Rufo, could we have the treasurer's report and appropriations adjustments, please?
In the treasurer's report, the cash on hand for the month end May 2026 was $190,530,351.46. It shows that bank balances for all the cash accounts were reconciled to the book balances and were collateralized in accordance with the district's banking agreements and investment policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rufo. 7A and 7B can be taken together. They are the approval of the treasurer's report and appropriations adjustments. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, now we have the monthly superintendent's report by Dr. Rogers.
Thank you, and congratulations, President Kushia and Vice President Falco, and I look forward to working with both of you in the coming year. It has not been our practice to introduce new topics during the summer board meetings, understanding that typically the public is enjoying vacation, so I will only reiterate the handful of things that we've already talked about previously. We are still working on our opposition filings with Propel New York. That is the project that would lay some underground energy transmission cables through Syosset. We have concerns about the safety of those cables and the construction process and how that might affect our school operations, and those questions and concerns have not been addressed to our satisfaction yet, so we continue to work on that. We are also, this will be the summer of a lot of construction, and I'm sure everyone's already seeing the fences and the cones going up all over the district. I will, in contravention of what I just said, have a pretty lengthy discussion of how we did over the summer in August, because I'm sure folks will want to know how much of the summer work was completed in time for the opening of school. So I'll have a comprehensive summer wrap-up on our construction plans when we get there. But nothing new to introduce during the summer meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers. There aren't any legislative items, discussion items, or unfinished business. So we're going to move on to new business, appointments, transfers, reassignments, resignations, and retirements. 12A is the approval of staff changes. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12B is the approval of the 2026-2027 stipends and hourly rates. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12C is the appointment of coaching recommendations for fall 2026. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12D is the appointment of athletic trainers for the 2026-2027 school year. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12E is the appointment of driver education instructors for the 2026-2027 school year. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? And 12F is the appointment of the assistant principal of school counseling. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? And I would just like to make a mention that our new assistant principal of school counseling is here. Hi, Mr. Miller. It's nice to see you again. We just want to say welcome to your new position, even though you are already a member of the Syosset family and you've been here. And we wish you much success in your new role, and congratulations. Thank you. And I'm not sure, have you prepared anything? Did you want to say anything? Please come up.
Thank you so much. It's awesome to be here. I just want to say a quick few words. 2 years ago, I took a really big risk when I left my role as a school counselor after 17 years in a neighboring district. And it turned out to be one of the best decisions that I've made. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure to serve the students, the families of Syosset. And I just want to say I thank you so much for this opportunity. I really look forward to many great years ahead and continuing this wonderful path that you allowed me to be on. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited. Thank you.
And I just want to add my congratulations to that of the board and welcome you to the administrative team here. I look forward to working with you more closely in this role in the upcoming year. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, and 12G is the appointment of the summer school assistant principal for 2026. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12H and 12I can be taken together. They are the appointments to the Committee on Preschool Special Education and the Committee on Special Education. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12J is the appointments to the Section 504 Committee. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12K is the appointments to the building subcommittees on special education. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Ms. Falcove. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 12L is the appointments to the out-of-district subcommittees on special education. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 13 is new business, school district management and proposed policies. 13A and B can be taken together. They are the approval of the Committee on Preschool Special Education recommendations and the Committee on Special Education recommendations. Can I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 13C is the readoption of policies 6240 investments and 6700 and 6700.R purchasing. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Ms. Falcove. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 13D is the approval of settlement and release. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14 is new business, purchasing and financial operations. 14A is the establishment of school and public library tax levies for the Syosset Central School District for the 2026-2027 year. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Falcove. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14B is the authorization for adjustments to budgetary reserves. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14C is the authorization of service contracts. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falcove, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14D is the approval of special education and/or nursing contracts. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Mr. Rotolo. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14E is the authorization for health services. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14F is the authorization for contracts for federal Part B funds. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14G is the supervision of student teachers. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14H is the authorization to enter into data security and privacy agreements and amendments. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14I is the authorization to enter into amendments to license agreements and other agreements with Apple Inc. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14J is the authorization to enter into agreements and amendments with Infinite Campus. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14K is the authorization to enter into agreements for field trips during the school day. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14L is the authorization to enter into agreements for transportation contracts for field trips and other individual events. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14M is the authorization to enter into agreements to effectuate protective action options. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14N is the authorization to standardize purchase. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Falcove. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14O is the authorization for participation in the Nassau County Director of School Facilities Purchasing Consortium. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Falcove. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14P is the award of Nassau County Director of School Facilities Purchasing Consortium Cooperative Bids, 2026-2027. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14Q is the approval of intermunicipal agreement, Nassau County. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14R is the authorization to enter into agreements for alternate locations for student athletic programs. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14S is the authorization for change order switchgear at Syosset High School. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14T, to enter into Nassau BOCES project number 19-992752. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14U is the approval of student club charters for 2026-2027. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14V is the approval of student group charters for 2026-2027. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 14W is the disposal of broken, surplus, and/or obsolete equipment, supplies, and books. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falco, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 15 is the award of RFP. 15A is to award RFP for special inspections and materials testing agency services. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Do we have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16, authorization to participate in cooperative purchasing. So 16A is the authorization to participate in a cooperative Omnia-CDW Government LLC IT Solutions and Services 2024. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16B is the authorization to participate in a Cooperative Omnia-SHI International Corp. IT Solutions and Services 2024. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, any abstentions? 16C is the authorization to enter into a Cooperative Omnia HD Supply, Maricopa County. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16D is the authorization to participate in a Cooperative Omnia Cleaning Supplies HD Supply Facilities Maintenance. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Ms. Falkov. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16E, the authorization to participate in a Cooperative Omnia WW Granger. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falkov, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16F is the authorization for piggybacking Omnia janitorial and sanitation supplies and equipment network distribution. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16G, the authorization to participate in Rockland County bid for the purchase of electrical supplies, RFB-RC 2024-009, second extension. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16H, the authorization to participate in a cooperative police vehicles, Robert Greene, Onondaga County. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16I, authorization for piggybacking Rockland County audio, video, photography, projection, screens, displays, optics equipment, peripherals, and supplies. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falkov, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16J is the authorization for piggybacking Belmore Merrick Emerald Island Supply. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16K, the authorization for piggybacking Levittown School District automotive and school bus parts. Can I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Ms. Falkov. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16L, the authorization for piggybacking Southampton UFSD library supplies, furnishings, and equipment bid. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Abramson, seconded by Mr. Rotolo. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16M is the authorization for piggybacking Southampton UFSD school supplies and materials bid. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falkov, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16N is the authorization for piggybacking Southampton UFSD science supplies and materials bid. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Falkov, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16O, the authorization for piggybacking Belmore Merrick building and grounds equipment. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Ms. Abramson. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16P, authorization for piggybacking NESCO bus inspection, repair, and maintenance. Could I get a motion, please? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16Q, authorization for piggybacking Hewlett Woodmere UFSD J.C. Broderick and Associates. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Ginsburg, seconded by Ms. Choi. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? 16R, authorization for piggybacking, Town of Hempstead, Snap-on Industrial. Could I get a motion, please? Mr. Rotolo, seconded by Dr. Park. Are there any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? We made it. We are now at the audience to the public portion of the meeting. I will read our rules out loud since it's the first meeting of the year, refresh everybody's memory, so please bear with me. The Board of Education values community input and provides opportunities to offer that input via email or in person. Persons who wish to speak during audience to the public must register online to speak in advance of the meeting by 5 p.m. the day of the board meeting. A link to the pre-registration form will be made available on the homepage on the district website 1 week before the meeting. Persons wishing to address the Board of Education in person during audience to the public must conform to procedures adopted by the Board of Education. Speakers' remarks must conform to the following rules. Number 1, all speakers and observers are required to conduct themselves in a respectful and civil manner in accordance with the rules set by the Board of Education. Number 2, speakers must address the Board of Education only, not members of the audience or the audience as a whole. Number 3, speakers must limit their comments to issues concerning school district operations, school district affairs, or Board of Education policy. Number 4, because of rights protected by state and federal law, no speaker may speak about an individual student or staff member, nor will the board or administration entertain questions in public regarding collective bargaining negotiations, personnel matters, student matters, or legal matters. Number 5, no speaker may speak about decisions involving specific personnel or specific students. If a speaker wishes to address the board concerning specific personnel or specific students, the speaker may write to the Board of Education. Number 6, speakers may not use epithets, slurs, personal abuse, lewd or obscene speech, profanity, libelous speech, threats, and fighting words or gestures, defined as words or gestures which by their very utterance or use inflict injury or tend to incite a breach of the peace. Any person who violates the rules will immediately forfeit the balance of their time addressing the Board of Education. To be recognized to speak, persons must register with their full name and address and attest that they will comply with the rules stated above. In addition, only residents of the Syosset Central School District are permitted to address the board. Each resident will have 4 minutes to address the Board of Education, which may be extended or reduced at the discretion of the chair for good cause. The board will not permit polling of board members by speakers. After every resident wishes to speak has had an opportunity to do so, the Board of Education and/or administration may respond to residents' questions or comments. No resident will be permitted to address the board more than once per meeting, and no one may record another member of the public in a manner that is disruptive or confrontational. And I just want to inform the audience that if these rules aren't followed, or if the audience heckles any speakers, I will first give a warning, and if there is a second breach of the rules, I will end the public, audience to the public portion. Could I get a motion to adjourn? Ms. Choi, seconded by Mr. Ginsburg. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. This is the first meeting of the new school year, but I would like to wish everybody a very healthy and restful summer, and we'll see you at the end of August. Thank you.